afternoon, everyone. Welcome to my second presentation on ways to save money. My last presentation was buying generic products to help you save money, and today I'm going to talk about paying your bills on time. Okay, so I have a short little video to start off with, and you're just going to have to read the subtitles, but you should understand what's going on. It's just a video showing the importance of paying your bill on time, and this is showing some consequences of what can happen when you don't pay your bill on time or pay it at all. So avoid that domestic thriller and pay your bills on time. So why pay your bills on time? This is a good way to stay organized and up to date with your finances, knowing that all your bills are paid for the month. The money you have left over is all yours. You've already paid everyone off. And it also looks good on your credit score. I'll go through this later, but paying your bills on time is a huge factor in your credit score. And also, it is the best way to avoid having to pay late fees. And sometimes late fees can be as much as $50, which today might be your full tank of gas for the week. So here's some examples of monthly bills, like your rent. Your rent could have a late fee of up to $50 to $75. This is very expensive for a late fee. Water and gas, I know mine said it has a 6% minimum on it, depending on how high your bill is. And also the credit card late fee is $35. And in some cases, not paying your bill could lead to the disconnection of service. So say within a course of a year, I pay my credit card bill late 4 times throughout that year. I'm paying almost $150 just in late fees, and that's not even including the interest if you have a revolving balance, or if you keep a high balance, that could be a lot more money than you are already paying. And some ways to avoid late fees is to pay your bill the same day that you receive it. So when you get that email saying your statement's available, your bill's due, or you get that envelope in the mail, depending on if you're paperless or not, you can always just pay that bill the same day you receive it. Then you're for sure knowing that your bill will be due or paid on time. And also, it's a great way to stay organized. I'll go through some ways later to organize your finances, whether it's manually or electronically. And one way manually to stay organized is to have a calendar. So put a calendar up in your house somewhere that you walk by multiple times a day. Put the due date of that bill in big bold letters, so every time you walk by that calendar, you're reminded, oh crap, that bill is due. So another way is to be aware of the money in your personal accounts. Being aware of how much money you have is going to allow you to pay that bill on time, as opposed to overspending. You end up overdrafting, and when that bill is due, you're not able to pay it. So you're most likely going to pay it late, and you're incurring more charges. And also, just to overall reduce your amount of debt, having a low amount of debt will help you be able to pay your bills on time. And some consequences to not paying your bill on time is, most importantly, you're wasting money. You're already giving these companies large amounts of your money, and to give them these late fees on top is just the bonus for them and negative bonus for us. And it also, like I said before, reflects on your credit score negatively. And in some cases, like your utilities, when you do pay your bill on time for, say, a year, you pay your bill on time every month. When you first started that account, you had to pay a deposit. So by paying your bill on time for an entire course of a year, you will get that deposit back, which is a great thing. Say you have 3 months of your deposit and you don't have to pay your bill for 3 months because you ended up getting that deposit back just by paying your bill on time every single month. And with the bad credit score, it makes you a high risk for financial responsibility. So if you're trying to get a loan or something, creditors might see that you have a low credit score because you don't necessarily always pay your bills on time. This could negatively affect when you are trying to get, say, a big loan. You might not get as large of a loan because you're at higher risk, and you might get, say, a higher interest rate. And in some cases, having a low credit score can also help you or be negative when you are trying to get a job. So say I have a low credit score and she has a higher credit score or credit report that employers see. They're most likely going to give the job to the person with the higher credit score, showing that they are more responsible with their finances. Okay, so your credit score is, like I said, largely made up of your payment history. Payment history is whether you pay your bill on time and whether you pay it late and how often you pay it late. This makes up 35% of your credit score, and this is a huge chunk. The next chunk is 30% at the amounts owed. So this is how much you owe on your, say, your credit card at a given point in time. And this is whether your accounts are maxed out or not as well. And next is a smaller chunk, 15% at the length of credit history. This is how long you've had these accounts and how long you've been establishing credit. And then 10% is new credit, so how many new accounts you have, how new are these accounts. And the last 10% is the types of credit you have. This is whether you have a good mix of credit use, like you have multiple credit cards, a department store credit card, a gas card, car loan, mortgage loan, just different types of credit use. And here is your credit report. It is a summary of your credit history, your types of credit, personal information, and banking information, and most importantly, whether you pay your bills on time. This is showing up once again. This is a huge issue, huge factor of your credit. And this is what can be provided to employers if they do ask for a credit report during their screening process. They won't necessarily be shown your credit score number, but they will be able to see all of these things, and they will be able to see whether you do pay your bills on time. So here are some tips to help you pay your bill on time. So you can do the online bill pay. Many companies nowadays have the ability to pay your bills online, such as your credit cards, your phone bill, your utilities. This is an easy way to make sure that your bill is getting paid by, just convenience of sitting on your couch. You can pay your bills. And usually these companies that provide the online bill payment option will usually have the automatic payment option, to where you can set up to one of your personal accounts to be able to just withdraw that money at the same time every month, just making sure that your bill is getting paid and it's always being paid on time. Just remember when that date is and make sure you have enough money in your account for that. And if you're an electronic person, you like to use your phone for a lot of things, there's many apps today for assisting in helping you remember to pay your bills. You can set reminders on your phone. You can set alarms on your phone, memos, just constant reminders of this is due on this day and I need to pay it, and it hasn't been paid. And like I said before, another easy way is just to pay that bill right when you receive it. Just knowing that it's always going to get there on time if you pay it the day that you receive it. And another way is to change the pay date. I know that I can call my credit card company and have them change my due date to a date that's convenient for me. So say you get paid on the 15th of every month. You can make your credit card bill due, say, the 20th, which is directly right after you get paid. So you know for sure you will have enough money to pay that bill, so you will always be able to pay it on time. And also, if you do so happen to incur that late fee, you can always call, tell them, this is my first time, this is my first late fee, or make up some sort of excuse/reason, and chances are they will most likely drop that late fee for you. You just have to call and ask, and if they say no, then you're still in that position, you still have to pay the late fee. So you're really not losing anything by calling and just simply asking. And lastly, a good way to stay organized is with folders. And I should have a picture of one of those accordion folders, the folders that have all the multiple slots inside when you open it up. So you can put each different bill that you have in each different slot, and say the tab at the top of each slot has the date that these bills are due. So it's a good way of keeping record of your bills, which bills are due, which bills have been paid, and what date they're due on. So now we're going to have a little quiz. So, which is not a good way to help you pay bills on time? A, being organized, B, being unaware of money in account, C, having a calendar, or D, having a low amount of debt? B. Good. And what is one thing we should do to have good credit? A, have many delinquent accounts, B, make a few late payments, C, wait till the last day to pay a bill, or D, set up auto pay? B. Very good. And lastly, true or false? Paying your bill a few days late is okay to do once in a while. False. False. It is very false. And so that is the end of my presentation. I would like to thank everyone for coming today. And just always remember, pay your bills on time. Does anyone have any questions? Okay, thank you.